In this video, I'm going to show how to install Lord of the Rings Online on Windows 8 or later. Or if you have multiple monitors and the game is showing up on a monitor that is not your preference. Over the last 6 years, there have been a large number of solutions posted in the web. Only one works today as of September 2016. So the first thing that we're going to do is, rather than downloading the game from Steam, even if you downloaded it from Steam, that's quite alright. You're just gonna go to this link, Lord of the Rings online.com game download, right? Just follow that link. That's gonna be at the bottom of this video. So that's where I'm at today. Once you go here, you're going to have the option for PC download. You're going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to bring down a small, well, relatively small file, 61 megs. And then once that is completed, you're going to go ahead and run it. Now, one thing to note is that if you already downloaded the game on Steam and spent hours downloading the video, this will not make you download it all over again. So it's basically just gonna scan what you already have. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So I'm just gonna run that program from the Turbine or Lord of the Rings site, and it's gonna run a different type of installer. In my case, it says update or repair. In your case, it will probably also say that if you already have it installed. So you go ahead and select update, repair, click next. Accept, I agree. Now this is a key part. On this installation, the Turbine installer is going to install some really old files from Visual Studio 2005. Oh, I'm running the game, so that's why I'm getting that error. So let me quit the game. So let's retry that. Okay, so assume that never happened. So basically this installs old files from Visual Studio 2005, 2010. And basically they're missing files from the Steam engine that you need to run the game today. Alright, when it's done with the installation, it says, okay, view README, you can check that, and it says launch Lord of the Rings Online. Here you have the option to install the high resolution data files. I recommended them. I mean, it's being a game of that generation, it's not really that much data, so you just grab it. If you already have it, you won't need to install it again. It just basically validates that you have the high resolution files. So once this part gets done, it's going to prompt you for the username and password. At this time, do not log into the game. What you want to do is go to this little down arrow up here at the upper right of the window and click on Options. Under Options, it's going to give you the choice to repair. You're going to click on that tab. You're going to select Reset the Game Display Settings and click OK. Alright. Once you do that, do not log in or launch the game. At this point, all you do is you go ahead and click on the X and close Lord of the Rings. Alright. The next thing you're going to do is download the .NET Cleanup tool, which is available on this link, also posted below this video. And I already have it here, so I'm just going to show you. You're going to hit this page. In this page, if you scroll down under the section marked as answered, there is a link here. Sorry. there's a link here for a zip file that you're going to just go ahead and click on it. And this is, as you can see, it's a Microsoft site, so it's not a bogus tool. It's legit. So once you click on that, it's going to automatically start downloading that zip file, and it's going to be placed on your downloads folder. Okay, so right now that's what the tool is doing. So you can see it has been downloaded depending on what web browser you're using. It's going to be placed in your downloads folder. For simplicity, I'm just going to bring Windows Explorer and go to the downloads folder, and you're going to see that the tool is there. I have multiple versions because I downloaded several times, but basically you're going to go ahead and extract or unzip that file, and then it's just going to show you the folder with the actual tool. So you go ahead and launch the cleanup tool and go ahead and say yes to everything. And here, when it says product to clean up, just leave it on the default selection, .NET Framework, all versions. Here it says Windows 8.1 because it's the version I'm running. Depending on what version you're running, whether it's Windows 10, just go with the all versions selection. Okay? Once you do that, you're going to click on the clean up now. And that's going to take a little bit. The important thing here is that at the end, when it's done doing its thing, when you hit exit, if it asks you to reboot the computer, go ahead and do that, and come back to this video and start it at this point. Okay, so I just came back from rebooting the system according to the cleanup tool. I went ahead and did that because I don't want to mess up my system more than it is. So in any event, you go ahead and launch Steam, go to the library, select Lord of the Rings Online, and click on play. At this point, you should at least get the launch screen, and it's going to do the patching until eventually it will ask you for your username and password. So you go ahead and do that, and go ahead and log in. So in here you select whatever server you want to play, or if you're creating a character, same thing. But at this point you don't need to do anything else. You can go ahead and click play. Now in previous instances, that's where the program wouldn't launch, or it would launch on a monitor that is not of your preference. So I'm going to show you how to address that. Right now, after having implemented the fix, I have the game running on windowed mode. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in real quick. Once the game launches, I have it windowed now, but it will probably show full screen the first time that you do it. So the way to address that is you go to the options button here, and under options you select graphics. Under graphics is going to give you several options. The ones that are principal to this is that probably initially you were in full screen, and what you want to do is switch to window, and then under either scenario you want to select the resolution under both environments. What I notice is that for this game at this point in time, the best resolution is 1440 by 900. That's because anything bigger, the icons and the buttons just become too small. And that's just a personal preference, but I'm just, you know, showing. So whatever. Once you switch from full screen to windowed and accept, then you can see that the game is now in a window. So in my particular case that I have a bunch of monitors here, I'm going to show you now. You can see that I have all those monitors, and the monitor that you're looking at is number 1, and that's where my windowed view is. So that's just to show you basically how that works. The next thing to do is to go to your display and screen resolution settings. The way you do that is you just go to your Windows desktop and right click anywhere and go to screen resolution. When you select that, this window is going to come up, and this is going to be my main display. The problem is that if you switch in the game to full screen, because of DirectX 11, it's just going to go to another window, and you got to go through a whole ordeal to make it point to the right window. So the quickest and easiest way to play on the main window that you want to play, which is in my case window 1, is that now that I have the game set in windowed mode at 1400 by 40, what I'm going to do is on my main screen, instead of having my main screen as its full resolution, I'm just going to run it at a little bigger than the game. Just enough so that the game can cover most of the screen, and but still be in windowed mode. So I'm going to try 16 by 900. And I can see now that the game covers most of my screen. You cannot see that, but it's you're just going to have to trust me. Alright, so now the game is covering most of my screen. It's windowed, but I can still have the icons. If you can see there, the size of the icons for you to click, it's much more convenient, because if you have it at a much bigger resolution, these icons are going to be really, really small, and it's just going to suck, basically. So that's it in terms of getting the game running and playing the game on the window you want to play on.